Super Mario Odyssey. So even though in the final video, or the previous video, not the final one, we defeated Bowser, saved all the kingdoms, brought peace to all of them, and, you know, unlocked Mushroom Kingdom, which was pretty darn fun. Didn't make a video of that because not a whole lot happens there, but I may make a video of it later. But anyway, here we are on Dark Side. So this is on a dark side of the moon, and it seems to be the rabbits' little hiding place and where they all live, because these are all the rabbits that gave us moons in the other levels, and that's kind of where they are. This should give you a hint of what's going on inside of this world. To unlock this world, I think you need 200 moons. When you're done with the game, I think I had about 170, and that was with a pretty sizable amount of exploring. But when you beat the game and you go back to all the other worlds, the game will plow a ton of extra moons to each world that you go to, so it's really not hard to get the 30, 40, maybe 50 extra moons that you're going to need to unlock this place. Now, I'm going to say right from the start, this place is basically a boss rush, and I did this with 3 hearts as the original polygonal Super Mario 64 look, just because it felt right that way. I absolutely did not forget to go buy more hearts. That is definitely not why I'm at 3 hearts. I am definitely at 3 hearts because I wanted to challenge myself. Yeah. And if you notice, the Brutals, sadly, are not quite gone yet. Apparently they live here, which doesn't explain why they had such solid bone structure on the other kingdoms, because if you're in 0 gravity or low gravity for that long, I'm pretty sure your bones get brittle. But anyway, we have to kill all 4 of them again with 1 life and no checkpoints. So if you die at any point during this, then you'll have to do every single boss you run into all over again. Now, they are challenging, sort of. The low gravity with jumping, especially for this guy, is a pain in the neck, but for the later ones, they're not too bad. This is the one that is the worst for me, and my friends that have done this agree with me too. They all say this hat is the worst guy, and if you can get past this guy without taking any damage, or if you have 6 health and you take like 1 or 2 damage, you should be fine. The best way I found to deal with him, don't try to take out all of his hats at once. What you want to do is take out one of his hats at a time until you get down to like 3 or 4, and then you can just jump right on his head. The issue when he has all those hats on his head at once and you try to knock them all off, you're gonna have like 10 hats flying around the arena, and you're not really going to be able to react because of the low gravity. So in this, like right here, I'm knocking a head off, destroying it, knocking a head off, destroying it, jumping out of the way as soon as he jumps down and does his spin attack, and you're just going to do that over and over. Of course, if you're feeling more confident, you can do 2 or 3 hats, but just really, you're going to have a hard time if you try to do every single hat. Unless, maybe you're way better than I am and you're capable of doing it that way, I don't know. But I found the way of getting through this without taking any damage with this boss was just to do the hats 1, 2, or 3 at a time, especially because his last phase has like, I don't know, 10 or 15 hats on him. It's like a ridiculous amount, but anyway, it got low enough there that I decided I could take him out. Ground pounding doesn't help you a whole lot just because of the low gravity again. You're probably just better off trying to jump minimally by tapping the A button and, of course, guiding Mario into the boss. So that is boss fight 1 of 5, actually, not 4. We do have to defeat all 4 Brutals, but then we're going to have to fight the Mecha Brutal again, and we don't get the Pokey guy. We'll see that when we get there, though. We're going to jump on up here. Remember, you get some really high jumps in 0 gravity, and we're going to long jump our way up to this part of the planet, or I guess the dark side. We're still on the moon, it's just the dark side, whatever the kingdom is. Dark kingdom? Is it dark side? I think it's darker side. No, darker side's the next one. Okay, whatever the heck they call this. Rabbit Ridge Tower, I guess that's where we are. 2nd floor, once again, no checkpoints. If you're having a tough time with this, really my recommendation, just go slow. I mean, you're in no real rush. You're kind of forced to not be in a rush because of the moon, and it'll be here. I mean, it's not totally necessary to do this right away at this point. You don't really... It isn't required to beat this world to unlock the next and final one, but it is kind of cool to be able to say that you did, I guess. I also want to say this is probably the hardest kind of boss fights in the game, just because you have to do all 4 Brutals on 1 life, but even then, it's not like the Brutals themselves are particularly difficult, especially her. I think she's the 2nd easiest. Yeah, I'll give her the rank of 2nd easiest Brutal, and I don't think I take any damage until the tall hat guy that throws his hats at you. That guy messed me up once or twice a bit, but I did not die. I did this all in one attempt. I think this was like my 4th attempt here. Maybe 3rd or 4th attempt. I tried it a few times and then gave it a break, did some other stuff, and I came back. But anyway, she's got the same moves as always. I don't think there's really anything new with her. Just knock her bombs back into her head, and you can knock her ponytail bomb early if you line up correctly, which I did there the second time. And then the longest part is just waiting on these stupid pentagrams to be formed so she can deal with her devil worship. And I don't really know why that attack is even like risky, because it just goes in like a set location, and as long as you sit in a corner, it's not going to hit you. I kind of wish it went after you, so it was at least somewhat challenging. I don't know, but I'm complaining about her being easy, and we're going right into the Poison Brutal, who is definitely the easiest one of the 4 for me anyway. So we're just going to pick up these coins, because, you know, when you die, if you die here, you're going to lose some coins. May as well make sure that you either don't lose any, or you even make some if you make it far enough. And then we're going to go around the spiraling rabbit tower once again. And so on the 3rd floor, of course, it'll just be the guy that spits poison around you. So like all the other times we fought him, one of the easier ways is just to hit him when he's in the middle spitting out his poison, and then jump right on his head. And that's even easier now that we have 0 gravity, because we can do it from a little bit further away than we could before. Also, this guy apparently really wants my Odyssey. I don't think I'm going to give it to him, though. Also, if you're wondering where I got the Mario 64 outfit from, you can just buy that from any store after you finish the game. I think it costs about 3,000 gold, I think. And there are actually 2 kind of polygonal sets. That's what the game kind of refers to it to anyway. There's the Mario 64 from original Mario 64, and then there's also the Metal Mario, also from Mario 64, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, the hardest part with this guy is just going to be his stupid poison spitting thing that he does right here when he travels around the arena, lays poison down wherever he goes, but the second he jumps in the middle, just knock his hat off and jump on him, and then when you do that, he's going to clear all the poison, and then you'll be good to go. The best way I found to deal with this is kind of hang out in one area, try to keep that area clean, and just try to knock him away from it. So whenever he comes kind of near your corner, just get him away, let him poison the rest of the arena. Try to give yourself a little bit of room here just so you can get out in case you need to. Try to aim a little bit better than I did there, because that was a little bit worrying, but not too bad. As I said before, he is definitely the easiest of the 3 brutals. Now we're going to get to the next brutal, who is not as hard as the first one, I don't think, but is the only one of the 4 that actually damaged me, so that's a lot of fun. You may be wondering where hearts are. To my knowledge, there are no hearts in this boss rush type of level until you get right before the 5th boss. Then there's 1 heart, and then inside the boss, I don't think there's any. So it is within your best interest to try to avoid getting hit at all costs, so you can have the maximum amount of hits for the final boss. But truthfully, if you make a mistake or 2, you should be okay. I'm doing all of this on 3 hearts. I think I take 1 damage here, and that did worry me, but you get a heart right before the final boss, so I was fine anyway. Okay, so here we are. 4th floor, here's this guy, which is just kind of creepy when they're not there anymore, because it makes you think they're dead, but they definitely are not dead. So they're pretty angry that we defeated Bowser, and now no one's hiring them, I guess. It's a little bit strange. First time I did this, I made it to this guy too, and he killed me right away, because I only had 1 health at that point. But he's going to throw 2 hats at you, and I don't think it matters which hat you hit, just as long as you hit one of them, and then you just spin your way up on top of him and defeat him that way. You might actually be able to hit him while he's throwing the hat too if you're quick enough, but I'm not too sure I want to risk that. Now, in the other times we fought him, he would jump on a set pathway, I think, around the arena. This time he actually jumps after you, and if you kind of move in a star pattern, you can avoid that pretty easily. For his second phase, he's going to throw these hats in a big circle around you. The first time he just throws them straight at you, so try to make sure you're sort of closer to him than further, just so you can actually hit them. And for the 3rd phase, once he's done jumping at us, which once again move in kind of a star pattern to avoid that sort of aiming he's going to be doing. So once he does his third pattern, he's going to send them either straight at you or in a circle. I think it's random or it alternates, I don't really know, but I was kind of staying away from him here just to see, so that one was straight at me. Could have hit that if I had known, but this one I'm like, okay, what's he doing? Nope, that one's straight, okay. Then I'm thinking, is that random? But no, I think it's just set, so that one's going to be straight. This one's going to be round, circle. This is where I hit it, I think. Yep. We're going to jump on that and get him for the third time, and then we're going to head on out to the top of the tower and defeat the fifth and final boss of Darkside. And once you actually open up this world, there's going to be about 20 moons you can collect here. Most of them are challenge areas that you do playing as Yoshi, and the others are going to be the very aggravating hint art, which I have yet to actually discover most of the hint art without a guide. I don't really know why they bothered putting hint art in this game. I don't like it that much. I think it's kind of annoying, but I don't know. I guess it's fine. It works. But yeah, most of the stars are gonna, I don't know about most, but a lot of the stars that you, or the moons that you will be collecting after you defeat all the bosses here will be found through hint art. And it's kind of weird with hint art because you're gonna go pick them up on another world, but it's gonna count it for the dark side. It's not gonna count it for that world. I don't know. You'll see when you get hint art. Anyway, there's the one lone heart along with Captain Toad just hiding here. Pretty easy thing to miss, so try not to do that because no reason to have to come back here again, even though I'm pretty sure it's easier to get there if you want to. If you want to. One thing I do want to tell you, once you finish this world, if you want to come back here, you absolutely can, and you can fight all the bosses again, but you're not going to get anything for it. It would just be for fun. I don't really know why you would do this for fun, though, mainly because pretty much every other boss in the game is more fun than these guys. So here we are in the final mech. Once again, no checkpoints. If you die here, you'll have to go all the way back to the beginning and do all 4 of them all over again, so try not to die. Now, when we fought these guys the first time, we used the little pecker bird and sent some bombs back at them. But this time, we don't have a bird, we have hammer bros. So we're gonna have to pick up the hammer bros, and this is the first time I've been to this guy, remember this. So I'm still not really sure what I'm doing. I'm thinking, okay, do I knock the bombs back at him with the hammer bros, or what do I do? No, that's not what you do, because if you do that, you'll just destroy the bombs. You just need to hammer the crap out of this guy's leg. So pick a leg once you figure it out, which I do here in a second, and I'm thinking, okay, I kind of want to get rid of these other hammer bros just so they don't kill me, and then I'm like, oh wait, I saw some damage happen, and I didn't see any, and then see some again later. Nope, not yet, because I'm not actually hitting the legs. There we go, there we go. Almost. Oh my goodness, how am I missing so much? Come on, me, I can do it. Come on. Nope, not yet, apparently. Jeez. And then I'm trying really hard right here to knock the bomb back into them. How did I miss every single one of those hammers? Anyway, finally I figure it out. There we go. I see the red. I'm like, oh, okay. I need to hit the leg. And of course, the first time we fought him, he didn't move. So the first leg is pretty easy. And we're gonna take out one of them. Then he's gonna topple on over, and then we can jump on up there with the hammer bros. I don't know if there's a time limit for this. I think you get a pretty sizable amount of time to get on up there. So you don't really have to worry about that too much. But just get right up close to the bubbles and hit the crap out of them with the hammer guy. And the second phase, he's going to stomp after you and also throw some bombs at you in a little bit here. This one isn't too bad either, though. You just got to make sure you don't get caught underneath one of his feet. And throw a couple of hammers, run away. Throw a couple of hammers, run away. Do some damage as he's bombing you. And then by that point, you should be able to take him out pretty easily. Jump on up here for the second brutal we're going to kill, which will be this guy. And then the third one, if you remember from the first time we fought him, the third phase, he's going to get some shiny rainbow pants and then start charging after us, which kind of freaked me out because I was pretty close to him and I was like, oh no, can I make it? Once again, if you want to, you can jump out of the Hammer Bros body here and just run around as Super Mario himself if you want to make things a little bit easier, but you're given way more than enough time to get out of the way anyway. The third charge he does will make him go into the middle, then you should be able to take out that leg pretty easily as he's sending all of these stupid firework fluids at you again. And those are, I find them to be a little bit easier to dodge as the Hammer Bros. They're a little bit easier to dodge than they were as the Pecky Bird, just because the bird couldn't really move very much. But the Hammer Bros has some pretty good mobility, so that works. But sadly, it did take some damage. I was a little bit worried because I was like, okay, well, I basically only get one more hit because after that I'm dead. So there's like, hope I make it, but I decided to take it a little bit slower here. Of course, he's going to stomp at you. I'm just going to wait till he slows down, wait for some of those things to go away, and then just get up close and start hammering the crap out of his leg. I don't think I get it right away. Looks like I do. Okay, good. And then we're going to jump on him for the fourth and final time, take him out. That is the last time you have to deal with brutals in this game now. Thank goodness. That'll be the 3 stars that you can get at Dark Side, and then the next video is actually going to be Darker Side, which you will need 600 moons to unlock.